Shalom Yisrael. First and foremost, I want to give all our praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to those Akim that's preach the word in all truth and sincerity, along with your Israelite foreign brothers that are like the heathens. But the line of outside goes back to the nation of Israel, which the nation of Israel, like so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, through the prophecies and curses of Deuteronomy 28 chapter and throughout the Bible. So this brother get called a mop of the lesson, and on today's lesson will be entitled Foundation Precepts. You know, that's gonna go on some precepts, and Lord willing, you brothers and you sisters out there be edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. You know, and a couple of days ago I did a lesson on the same topic. And I just want to do a part two on it, on the foundation precepts or the beginning scriptures. That we all learned when we first came in the truth. That we shall all master. We shall all master those precepts in the truth. You know. So I looked at the word foundation, and when you go to the second definition, it says an underlying basis or principle. It says basis, starting point, base, beginning, fundamentals. Um, it says main ingredient. You know. So let's focus on the one that says beginning. The beginning precepts that we all should know. You know, and that leads me to the first precept in Isaiah 8:20. It said, "To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to His word, it is because there is no light in them." Right. So if a non-believer comes up to camp or comes on a common board scoffing, and they not speaking according to His word, it's because there is no light in them. Because we always must speak according to the words of Yahweh Shemon Shai. Every statement that we make, we must have a precept to validate the statement that we make. Because at the end of the day, the Lord's word is superior, than anybody's opinion. So we always, read the word, and the word stands alone. You know. But of course, the prophets have to break down the precepts to the believers so they can understand, you know. But the next precept is Isaiah 5:20. And it reads, it says, "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil." And right, man. We live in a society when, um, evil is looked at as good, and good is called and good is looked at as evil. The evil will be, this GMO foods, these, transgenders, transvestites, abortion clinics, women being single due to the feminist movement. That's evil, but it's called being called good. And the good being called evil will be, what we're doing. We're standing up for righteousness' sake. You know, we passionate about this word. We go in the house of always and tell our people, tell all the heathen nations that they're going into slavery. People hear that, they think that's evil, what we're saying. But really we can validate, everything that we say according to back it up with the scripture. You know, it says that I put darkness for light and light for darkness, and that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Right? So everything is turned upside down, man. The bitter is looked at as sweet, and the sweet, um, the bitter is looked at as, it says that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. That's right. So this society is totally backwards, man. You know, um, let's go to the next precept in Isaiah 1 and verse 3. It says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib." Right, which the ass is a donkey. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Right, because The ox and the ass, the donkey, are two dumb animals. But they know at the end of the day who their master is. They know at the end of the day who feeds them, where they lie their head at, where they sleep at. So they know who they belong to at the end of the day. But for Israel, Jay don't know that. You know, even when they're told, that you are the Lord's people, they still don't believe it. Because ultimately, Yahweh Shimon Shai um, blinded the two-thirds of Israel for them not to receive the truth, you know. But they don't consider, they don't consider that, man, because they blinded, you know. And when you jump down to verse 9, it says, except the Lord Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, right? Which is the small remnant are the elect of Israel, you know. It says, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been as like unto Gomorrah, right? Which, we understand in the history that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed by fire and brimstone. So what the scripture is saying is, if the Lord didn't leave a elect, a remnant, then we would have been completely destroyed as a nation. The Lord would have completely destroyed our nation if it wasn't for the elect of Israel. So that proves that, the elect is here now, because our people are gone and revolted and gone, as it says in Jeremiah. They're turning way backward, you know. You just see they're just degenerates, man. With color hair and, you know, just a lost of gone people, man. You know. Um, Go to the next precept, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. It says, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Right, so that's the whole purpose as Israelite men on earth. Is to fear Yahweh the Most High, and his begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and to keep his commandments. Because it's the commandments, when we keep them, to make us prosper, make us flourish, make us thrive, make us the head over the heathen nations, to make us superior over all nations that were created upon the earth. As it says, get it real quick, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. And it reads, for thou art the holy people unto Yahweh thy power. Which holy is from the Hebrew word, look it up, Kodash. It says right here, Kwawodash, but it's really Kodash, as right here, the root word, Kodash, which means to consecrate, sanctify, be separate, prepared, be sanctified, right? So the Lord has set us apart from all of the heathen nations, because these heathens, they don't have a God. We are the only nation that have a God, a true God, which is the Most High Yahweh. It says, for thou art the holy people unto Yahweh thy power. The Lord Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. And that's right, man. So the Lord love us, as a nation. The Lord put us above all these nations, So you can say that the Lord is racist, which racist means you just being for your people, And the Lord loves his people, man. Start on with the elect. It's Exodus 3 and 10. It says, come down therefore, and I was sending unto Pharaoh, and this when the Lord was talking to Moses, that thou mayest bring forth my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. So the Lord's people are the children of Israel, the Israelites. The children, look it up, means bun. Bun, which means sons, because the Lord deals with the men. According to Proverbs 8:4. Proverbs 8:4 says, unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of men. Right, so the Lord only deals with the men of our nation, which, the men is in the eyes of the Most High Yahweh are the Most High's woman. The nation of Israel, we start with the men. We are the Most High's women, according to Jeremiah 6:2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. Right, so us men, we are looked at as a woman in the eyes of the Most High Yahweh, because the Most High gave us His ways. You know, we are joined to Him by way of the laws, His commandments. You know, just as a woman will be joined to a husband through the act of sex. So we join to the Most High by the act of the laws, His commandments. You know. Now let's go to the next precept, Ecclesiastes 1:4. Let's see, Ecclesiastes 1:4. It says, "One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever." Right, so the earth abides forever, meaning the earth will always be here. The earth will never be destroyed, you know, because the Lord didn't create the earth in vain, you know. Isaiah 45:18. And it reads, "For thus said Yahweh that formed the heavens, that created the heavens, like it. Yahweh himself that formed the earth and made it, he have established it. He created it not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. I am the Lord, there is none else." Right, so the Lord didn't create the earth in vain. He created it to be inhabited by us, the nation of Israel, and the heathen nations, you know, um, and the animals as well, Um, but let's go back to Ecclesiastes 1 and verse 9. It says, "The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun." Right, so, this proves reincarnation. There's nothing new under the sun. For example, our spirits and our bodies is nothing new. You know, our spirits are very old, very ancient, because when we die, our body dematerializes in the earth, but our spirit goes back to the Most High Yahweh that gave it, according to Ecclesiastes 12:7. You know, it says, "Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was." Talking about when our bodies, dematerialize back in the earth after we die. It says, "And the spirit shall return to Yahweh who gave it." Right, so the Most High Yahweh, after we die, our spirit go back to the spiritual realm, to the Most High Yahweh, because He's the Father of spirits. You know, He's the one that owns our spirits, not us. You know, and when you come back, you come back every third or fourth generation. According to Exodus 20. See, Exodus 20:5, it says, "Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them." Talking about the idols. It says, "For I, Yahweh, thy power, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity which the sins of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me." Right, so you come back every third or fourth generation, you know, and the children are the fathers coming back in the reincarnation, you know. Um, but let's go back to Ecclesiastes 12, 1 of verse 10. It says, "Is there anything thereof it may be said, see, this is new? It have been already of old time, which was before us." Right, so nothing is new, on this earth, For example, these cars, which the prophet Daniel said that knowledge shall increase, meaning technology is going to increase. So back then it was called chariots, but now it's called cars. But that same concept of driving in a vehicle, which is a concept is an idea, is still the same. But it's just the technology that advanced during time. But that same concept of you driving in a vehicle is the same. So nothing is new under the sun. Just to give one example. You know, it says, verse 11, it says, there is no remembrance of former things. Yeah, because when we come back in the reincarnation on earth, we don't remember nothing. The Lord wipes out our memory. You know, that's the righteous thing because what happens if you to come back on earth in the reincarnation and then you remember who your slave master was. You know, so that was righteous at the Most High. Blot out our memory when we come back. You know, just so it won't torment us and stuff, man. You know. It says, there is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. That's right, you know. And you judge on the earth, if I didn't get that precept, you know. Ecclesiastes 3 and verse, I said that verse 15 says, that which have been is now, and that which is to be have already been. And Yahweh required that which is past, right? So, you have a saying, let bygones be bygones. Everything that Esau did, the so-called white man did to us, he think that they always say, oh, let go of the past. Well, no. The Most High, he required that which is past, man. So whatever you did in the past, you're going to pay. You're going to pay for it. Because no one escapes judgment, man. No one. Even us. It says, verse 16, it says, moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, which what is under the sun? The earth. So you judge on the earth when you come back every third or fourth generation. It says that wickedness was there in the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Right, which iniquity means sin upon sin. So that proves that there's two different types of lots on earth. You either righteous or you wicked. There's no gray areas with the Most High. There's no in-betweens. You either righteous or you wicked. Which the righteous only applies to Israel of you being part of the elect. You must be part of the nation of Israel because the Lord's not going to save heathen nations. The Lord don't deal with the heathens. According to Psalm 147. Let's just end off on this one. Psalm 147:19 says, he showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh by Shemel Shai. Right, so the Lord not dealing with any nation outside of Israel. He's only dealing with the Israelites, which today is us, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. We are the true Israelites that the Bible speaks of. But as of right now, we have borrowers on us by our oppressors. These are not our real names. Our real names is, we descend from the 12 tribes of Israel, which were the sons of Jacob, which Jacob was the son of Isaac, and Isaac was the son of Abraham. So them are our righteous forefathers, the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and the 12 tribes, 12 patriarchs that were actual men, such as Judah, Benjamin, Issachar, Simeon, Zebulun, and the rest of the tribes, Ephraim. So, yeah, I just want to make a quick lesson on that, foundation precepts, Lord willing, I was edified. And until next time, Shalom.